Yes, Mataji, please start.
I will try. Om Ajnanam Timirindasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utpada Kamala Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथां तं शिवं साधुवैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादा सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा जय श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा वास, वासुदा की भक्त वृंदा नमो विष्णुपादाय नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णाय पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनी तिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे देवशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य शतारणे हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Wow. Very nice, Mataji.
थैंक यू माता जी
Thank you so much. Yeah, please feel free to recite these Mangalacharan prayers every day before any important activity, exam, any uh, job related or anything coming up, or just like that every day to offer to the Lord and in our classes.
Yeah, whenever I feel like Mataji, even in shower, I told you that I keep on singing within and outside also loud.
Very bold. Yes, Mataji, perfect. And I'll send you. I think the next thing then to memorize is Narsimha Aarti.
Yeah,
So Narsimha Aarti will give you a lot of strength and makes you fearless, gives you courage. Narsingadev is considered Vigna Vinash Harta. So he removes all the obstacles from the path, from the spiritual path of the devotees. So he removes all any problems, any negativities, any anarthas, unwanted qualities and desires, things that are holding us back in spiritual progress.
Ji
So
Mataji. You have to send that to me, right, Mataji?
yes, I'll send it to you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, let's get started with our Bhagavad Gita reading. So we have read till 2.53, 2.54 we quickly read last time. New concept is starting, new principle, and this is the last thing because Arjuna is asking a question. This is the last concept covered in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Just to review, remind you all, the sequence of second chapter so far was that in the beginning Arjuna was confused about what to do, whether to fight or not. In first chapter he gave about 4 excuses, and in this chapter he gave one excuse, which was basically indecision. He said, since I'm not able to make a decision either way, there seems to be more problems with fighting this war. I'm undecided. Why don't I just not fight? So this was his last excuse to not fight, that I cannot make up my mind. And I'm very much overwhelmed, so I'm just not going to fight, and I surrender to Krishna. So that's where he surrendered to Krishna in 2.7. Then Krishna started chastising Arjuna. He basically admonished Arjuna for this weak behavior, for this weakness of heart, for this weak conduct, which is not expected from somebody of Arjuna's caliber. Greater things are expected from him. He's supposed to be strong in his mind, strong in his character and conduct, and this is not befitting him. So Krishna chastised him. that even though you act like a learned man, you're giving all these excuses as if you're speaking from great knowledge or from a platform of great understanding, but actually you're a very foolish person. You're actually a foolish person, and a really intelligent person can tell that your words are very foolish. So Krishna chastised Arjuna. Then Krishna gave him the knowledge of Sankhya Yoga. So he started from very basics of self-realization. And we know that Arjuna is a devotee. He's a very, very learned, very wise soul, but he's here playing a part of an ordinary person like us who does not know anything. An ordinary jiva who is very confused in this world about his duties, about his responsibilities, and he's seeing good and bad in both situations and not able to make up his mind. So he's acting like a confused, lost soul right now. But he has taken shelter of Krishna, who is the most wonderful person, the Jagat Guru, and the Supreme Absolute Truth, who is the source of all knowledge. So he's taken the shelter of the best person, best authority possible to get this knowledge. So Krishna is starting like a very good teacher, very wonderful teacher. Krishna is starting from the very basics, assuming that the student does not know anything. So he's starting from Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga basically means the qualities or the characteristics of a soul. That you are, so he gives Arjuna the identity, just much like us, he's assuming that people don't know that they are not this body, that they are the soul. So he's giving the identity to Arjuna that you are not this body, you are the soul. And what is the nature of the soul? What are the characteristics, the qualities of a soul? So he goes into those details. That is Sankhya Yoga. Then Krishna changes the concept and he talks about sakam karma. So he said that since you are a soul, your duty, you have to follow a higher principle, which is um, act on the basis of your prescribed duty. So according to that, you should fight this battle, because if you fall down from your duty as a Kshatriya, then you will become very infamous in this world. So Krishna gives sakam karma principle. Sakam means what are the benefits and harms in this path. So Krishna says if you do not fight this war, then you will lose your name, fame, people will make fun of you, people will call you a coward, they will laugh behind your back, they will call you all kinds of infamous names will be given to you. But if you fight this war, even if you lose, you will still go to heavenly planets because you followed your prescribed duty of Kshatriya. Even if you lose, there is actually no loss because you are the soul, you will go to heavenly planets. And if you win, then you will enjoy this kingdom. So, Sakam Karma means Krishna is talking about personal benefits, personal gains that a person gets, derives from performing an action. The fruitive benefits, the selfish gains that one gets. Okay, कि मेरा क्या फायदा? What is the benefit or what is the loss to me? So personal gains, that is sakam karma. But Krishna knows that Arjun does not need to hear so much about sakam karma. This is a very low principle. A devotee, a self-realized soul, needs to know about higher principles, not so much about sakam karma. So Krishna quickly moves on from the concept of sakam karma to nishkam karma yoga. So he said, but this is not the best. The best is if you work with the without any fruitive benefits, without any attachment to the fruitive gains or personal gains or personal benefits. Okay, don't be so attached to those results. So then Krishna gives some benefits of working in this way. He talks about art of working and the benefits of this art. Okay, the benefit is that this type of work will actually, this type of spiritual work will actually stay with you age after age, janma after janma. It will carry forward in your eternal life, and it will save you from great dangers in future. It will have eternal benefits and no danger, no loss at all. You will not lose anything if you work in this consciousness with this mentality, without being attached to the results. But Krishna also says there are some obstacles in working like this, because ordinary people are not able to work with this mentality because they are very much into the sense enjoyment and opulences, bhoga and aishwarya of this world. So they get distracted by those and they just keep working for personal gains and benefits, like paise kamane ke liye ya promotions ke liye ya for some fruitive gains. They keep working because they want to enjoy this world. They have bhoga and aishwarya type of aspirations in this world. So don't get distracted by that. That's one obstacle. Second obstacle, Krishna says, is people that think they're self-realized take to Vedic knowledge. And initial aspect of Vedic knowledge or actually a lot of Vedic knowledge deals with the three gunas, the three modes of material nature, which means the karma kandi activities, where people are just engaged in ritualistic, ceremonial type of activities, and they do various kinds of demigod worship, but all that is done for fruitive gains only. They try to please or appease various deities, various demigods, or perform various yagyas, homams, etc., to get more comfortable situation in this material world. So they may go to heavenly planets, or they may stay in this planet but get a better birth, but more beauty, more resources, more knowledge, more fame, but they stay in this material world by following those type of Vedic principles, those karmkandic rituals. They stay in this material world because those are all done for fruitive benefits. So Nishtraigunya Bhavarjuna, so become transcendental to those, that Vedic knowledge that deals with the three modes of material nature. So then Krishna talks about in 2.47 karmanyavadhikaraste. He says that you should perform, you're entitled to your work, okay, your action, but you're not entitled to the results of your action. You're not supposed to be attached to the results of your action. Never think that you are the only cause, that you are the cause for the results. So whatever results you got from an action, don't think that they happen just because of you. You are the only cause of those results. Okay. And never attach to not doing your work either. Never get attached to inaction. Okay, because that is also sinful. So basically don't neglect your duty. No, don't neglect your responsibility. So those four principles are given in 2.47. One, uh, you are entitled to your action. So only action is in your hand, that you should do with best of intention, best of determination, with full focus, full concentration, with full guidance, with proper intelligence. Okay, that is only thing in your hand. The result, you're not entitled to that result. You're not entitled to enjoy that result. You should not be attached to whatever result you get. Okay, you may get a good result or you may get a bad result. Despite your best performance, don't worry about it. Number three, don't think that you are the cause of that result. Whatever good or bad result you get, don't just take all the credit. Don't think if something good happened, that was because of me, and become over elated and start loading it over people. And don't think if something bad happened, it happened just because of me, and become very depressed and very morose and give up things. And fourth, since you're not entitled to the result, don't think that I should not work. Since I cannot enjoy the results, I should not work. Don't get attached to inaction. Okay. So, so Krishna says three ma's. कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते, कर्म पे ही तुम्हारा अधिकार है. माँ कर्म फल हेतुर्भु, कर्म फल पे अधिकार नहीं है. माँ नहीं है. माँ कर्म फल हेतुर्भु, माते संगोस्त, सॉरी क्या रह गया? कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते माँ कर्म फल हेतुर्भु माते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. संगोस्त्व कर्मणि का मतलब, नहीं, एक लाइन रह गई बीच में, कि आपका इनएक्शन, डोंट गेट अटैच्ड टू इनएक्शन. दैट इज द लास्ट प्रिंसिपल. I don't know, while speaking I lost it.
माँ कर्म फल हेतुर्भु.
ये तो बोल दिया. एक कौन सा रह गया? थर्ड, which line?
माँ फलेषु कदाचन.
माँ फलेषु. So माँ फलेषु कदाचन. Don't you think you are the cause of the phal? You are the result of the, you are the reason why the result happened. Don't take all credit for why the result came, the outcome happened. Don't take all credit for that. Don't think you are the cause of the result. Okay, so तीन माँ इसलिए आते हैं. Like that, he talks about Nishkam Karma Yoga in this verse. And then he elaborates on it in next few verses after that. Then again, Krishna rounds up this discussion by again stating more benefits of the Nishkam Karma Yoga. So Krishna says, if you work like this, then the benefit will be you will get freedom from bondage of or cycle of birth and death. You will not get any fruit. You will not get any reactions. Okay, because this will become a karma. You will not get any reactions. Okay, no good. You will not be bound by good or bad reactions if you work with this mentality. So you will be free from the bondages, free from any karmic reactions. You will be free from cycle of birth and death, and you will enter into spiritual sky where there is no miseries, into Vaikuntha. Okay. So then Krishna again says, but for this you need to be very firmly fixed in intelligence. Your mind and intelligence needs to be very much fixed in divine consciousness and samadhi on me, Otherwise, it's very hard to work like this in the world. So he again comes to the obstacles. Okay. So Krishna pehle benefits diya, fir obstacles diye, fir he gave the art of working, then again he gave benefits, and then again he gave obstacles. So again he rounds up the discussion by saying one of the biggest obstacles to overcome is the Vedic karmkandic knowledge, which holds people back, because they again, when they try to come to divine consciousness, the Vedic knowledge can sometimes confuse them, and they get attached to that, and again get involved in fruitive activities, or start working for fruitive benefits. So you have to be very fixed in samadhi. You have to be very fixed in divine consciousness. Nishchal man hona hoga. Mind should become unmoved or fixed, nishchal, and intelligence would have to be fixed in samadhi. So then now we come to our current discussion, which is where Arjuna asks how such a person is, what kind of person is this? Like this person who's fixed in intelligence or fixed in mind, this person is called Sthit Pragya or Sthit Dhir. Can you tell me what this person is like? Okay, so let's read this question that Arjuna poses to Krishna. Yahan se, we are up to date now. We are current. Let's start here. 2.54. Arjuna Vacha. अर्जुनोवाच स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा स्थितप्रज्ञस्य
स्थितप्रज्ञस्य
का
का
भाषा
भाषा
समाधिस्तस्य केशव
समाधिस्तस्य
समाधिस्तस्य
केशव
केशव स्थितधि किं प्रभाषेत स्थितधि किं
स्थितधि किं
प्रभाषेत
प्रभाषेत
किम् आसीत व्रजेत किम् किम्
किम् आसीत
आसीत
व्रजेत
व्रजेत किम्.
किम्.
Can somebody read the translation?
I can read. Arjun said, O Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence? How does he speak, and what is his language? How does he sit, and how does he walk?
So Arjun is asking, so Krishna told him, be very fixed in intelligence and mind, be very much fixed in samadhi or in divine consciousness. So Arjuna is now asking, this is a very obvious question, very spontaneous, organic question that Arjun is having after this discussion. You're asking me to become sthit pragya, or very firmly fixed in samadhi, very firmly fixed in intelligence. Sthit, so he asks four things here. Sthit pragyasya ka bhasha. Ka bhasha means what are the symptoms of such sthit pragya purush. Okay, sthit pragyasya persons. Bhasha means symptoms here. What are the symptoms of such a person? Symptoms meaning what is the general behavior or conduct, or what is the personality, what is the acharan, what is the speech, what is the actions of this person. So general symptoms of this person. Then he elaborates the question further. Samadhi stasya, so such person, O Keshav, who is situated in samadhi, because Krishna said be situated in samadhi. Samadhi means be a self-realized soul, be fixed in divine consciousness. Or be sthit dhi. Dhi means intelligence. So three types of words are used: sthit pragyasya, samadhi stasya, and sthitadi. All of these mean the same thing. Okay, you can call it a self-realized soul, you can call it a firmly fixed up person, you can say a person fixed up in divine consciousness, you can say a sober person. Krishna will call him a sage of steady intelligence, a sage of steady mind. All of these mean the same thing. So Arjun has used three different Sanskrit words for this person, and he's asking four questions. First, he says, Ka bhasha, what are the symptoms? Then he says, Kim prabhasheta, how does such a person speak? Okay. Again, speak means like how, what is his um, interactions with the world? Like, how does he interact with the world? Not necessarily only speech, but there are so many ways in which we interact with this world, right? So then he says, Kim asit, how does he remain still? Because in this world, it is very difficult to stay focused in samadhi. It is very difficult to be not distracted, not get deviated by the distractions, the allurements, the temptations of this world. So how does this person sit asitya, sit or staying still, does not mean staying still. Like, how is he sitting? Is he sitting on a chair or sitting on a couch or sitting on a bed? That's not what sitting means here. Here, basically, it means how to be in this world, how to be undeviated in this world and be fixed up in Krishna consciousness, how to remain still in this world. Okay. So how to become fixed up, how to not be deviated or distracted in this world. Then he says, Kim Brajeta. Kim Brajeta means how he walks. So again, walking doesn't mean कि उसकी चाल कैसी है, like is he jumping or hopping or running or ऐसे. That's not what Brajeta or walking means. It means basically कि how to act in this world, how much to act, where to act. What should be the actions like? What should be the conduct like? So where to not have our opinions, where to have our opinions, how much to speak, what to not speak, how to in general interact in this world. Okay, so that is what Arjuna is asking. So don't take these things literally, like sitting or speaking. Not just that, but the general overall behavior, the conduct, the interactions of this person, the actions of this person in the world. Okay, so this is a very natural question because Krishna gave him an instruction to be such and such person. Like we took an example last time. If I tell you, become I think based on, I think the best thing for you to be is a lawyer or to be a teacher or to be a cop. Then you will say, okay, tell me more about a cop. What is his lifestyle like? What is his routine? Does he have family? Does he have kids? Does he get to enjoy some? Does he get to, what kind of food can he eat? What time does he have to get up in the morning? So you will have general curiosity. You're asking me to become something, but what does that entail? What does that involve? How can I become like that? So I want to know more about it. This is the question. So let's read the purport. Can somebody read this? So now the whole chapter is only about Sthit Pragya, the qualities of Sthit Pragya. So since we are trying to become a sober person, a self-realized person, a sage of steady intelligence, or a sage of fixed up intelligence, that's why this portion is very important for us. Can somebody read the purport?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Purport,
Mhm.
purport, as there are symptoms for each and every man in terms of his particular situation. Similarly, one who is Krishna conscious has his particular nature, talking, walking, thinking, feeling, etc. As a rich man has his symptoms by which he is known as a rich man, as a diseased man has his symptoms by which he is known to be diseased, or as a learned man has his symptoms, so a transcendent man in transcendental consciousness of Krishna has specific symptoms in various dealings. One can know his specific symptoms from the Bhagavad Gita. Most important is how the man is Krishna conscious, in Krishna consciousness speaks, for speech is the most important quality of any man. It is said that a fool is undiscovered as long as he does not speak. And certainly a well-dressed fool cannot be identified unless he speaks. But as soon as he speaks, he reveals himself at once. The immediate symptom of a Krishna conscious man is that he speaks only of Krishna and of matters relating to him. Other symptoms then automatically follow as stated below.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I don't have much to share. I think it's very obvious. This is what we discussed. Only thing, another thing Prabhupada is saying here is that it's very important how we speak. So unless you speak, somebody can, you can fool people, but once you speak, your inner motives, desires, character, everything comes out. So he reveals himself at once. So for a Krishna conscious man, it's very important that they control their speech. And those of you who have read Nectar of Instruction of Deshamrit, the first word of that is Vacho Vegam. The first word, the first phrase or first verse is Vacho Vegam. Vacho Vegam means we should have control over the urge to speak. So this really is a very, very important instruction actually. If you don't know what to say, it's better to just stay silent, just be quiet. It's better not to speak than to speak something nonsense and hurt others, or reveal yourself to be foolish. So better to not speak. But anyway, this is just one of the things. Prabhupada is basically saying that there are symptoms to everything. So every different type of man has symptoms. We are trying to understand the symptoms of a sthit pragya. So now Krishna will start speaking. Let's continue. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Shri Bhagavanu Vacha. Prajahati yada kaman.
Prajahati yada kaman
Sarvan Partha Manogatan. Sarvan
sarvan
Partha Manogatan.
manogatan
Atmannevatmana Tushta.
atmeva
Atmannevatmana
vatmana
Tushta.
tushta
Stita Pragyastaduchyate. Stita Pragyastaduchyate.
Pratyate.
Can someone read translation?
Indeed, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O Partha, when a man gives up all varieties of desire for sense gratification, which arise from mental concoction, and when his mind, thus purified, finds satisfaction in the self alone, then he is said to be in pure transcendental consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is saying Prajahati. So Prajahati, I'm just going to, and then Mataji, you can continue reading after this. Prajahati means give up. So Krishna is giving the first symptom of Sthit Pragya. Prajahati means gives up. Kaman means sense desires or lusty desires. So Kam means lusty desires. And it doesn't mean just lust as in sexual lust, but it means basically any desires to enjoy in this world. Is दुनिया के भोग को भी काम बोलते हैं. So any kind of bhoga in this world, any kind of desire of enjoyment in this world is basically kam. So he gives up the sense desires that arise from manogatan, that arise from mental concoction. Mental concoction means suddenly we decide that, okay, this will be very good for me to enjoy. And, it doesn't make any sense. It's just, you want to just enjoy something new that has come up, that is called from mental concoction. So prajahati means gives up. So such a person gives up any desires that arise from mental concoction. Atmani means, so then his consciousness becomes pure. Atmana tushta, his mind becomes very purified and satisfied. Okay, he becomes very pure in consciousness because he's not engaging with the unnecessary things of this world, right? So his mind and his senses become very purified and satisfied. Sthita pragya staduchyate. So such a person is called sthita pragya. So if you control your senses, then your mind and consciousness becomes purified and satisfied. Okay, let's. This is just the meaning of the translation. But let's go to the purport. Can somebody read the purport? Please read the. Namita Mataji, you can read.
Dear Mataji, the Bhagavatam affirms that any person who is fully in Krishna consciousness or devotional service of the Lord has all the good qualities of the great sages, whereas a person who is not so transcendently situated has no good qualifications because he is sure to be taking refuge in his own mental concoctions. Consequently, it is rightly said that herein that one has to give up all kinds of sense desire manufactured by mental concoction. Artificially, such sense desires cannot be stopped. But if one is engaged in Krishna consciousness, then automatically sense desires subside without extraneous efforts. Therefore, one has to engage himself in Krishna consciousness without hesitation. For this devotional service will instantly help one into the platform of transcendental consciousness. The highly developed soul always remains satisfied in himself by realizing himself as the eternal servitor of the Supreme Lord. Such a transcendently situated person has no sense desires resulting from petty materialism. Rather, he remains always happy in his natural position of eternally serving the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here, Prabhupada is making a few points. One, so don't take refuge in mental concoction. So this is very important. There is a very this is a very important concept to understand, that in the world, for example, think about advertising industry. What they do is they rely on the mental concoctions to distract you. Okay, they will advertise all these things, that such and such product will make you more beautiful, or such and if you have this, your lifestyle will suddenly change and will upgrade, or all these wealthy people have this particular product, this particular technology, and you should also have it, this particular car. So all these, they rely on disturbing your mind, agitating your mind and senses, and the world keeps coming up with such concocted ideas to disturb your senses. So what happens is, so Krishna is saying, sense desires that are born from that arise from mental concoction. So don't give in to such desires. So people become very um attached, very absorbed in these thoughts. Kash mere paas ye hota, then I will also have lifestyle like this person or that person, or if I had this car or this product, and I will become so I don't know, beautiful or learned or popular or something like that. So there are these desires that are born out of mental concoction. Give up to such a person does not, a sthit pragya purush does not indulge in such desires that are just completely concocted. So the world keeps coming up with various lies, various made up things to distract you. But a sthit pragya purush does not get distracted by those made up things. Okay. Just because somebody has something, I also need to have that. So this is all mental concoction. And when his mind is thus purified, so mind is purified, consciousness is purified, because you're not indulging in these unnecessary ideas or things of this world, then you will find satisfaction in the self alone. Okay, so then you can focus on the Krishna consciousness or divine consciousness or transcendental consciousness. You can be in samadhi because you're firmly fixed. You have detached yourself from the worldly made up things, the lies, the distractions, the allurements, the temptations, all concocted by the world and the people in it. You have detached yourself from those, and that's why you're able to focus on Krishna consciousness without hesitation. So ek to ye point that I wanted to convey. Then second point Prabhupada is making very strongly here is that it's hard to give up these sense desires on your own with your own efforts. But when somebody takes to Krishna consciousness, all good qualities of the great sages automatically come, spontaneously come. And these type of sense desires go away. This type of mental concoction does not agitate you anymore. Why does that happen? Because now you are attaching yourself to, let's say, scriptures, or to deity worship, or to eating prasadam, or to hearing harikatha, associating with devotees who have very higher principles. So when you attach yourself to these Krishna conscious activities, which are all divine, which are not of this world, which are not mentally concocted, which are grounded in scriptures, grounded in the there is mercy involved, mercy of the absolute truth involved in it, then these type of sense desires automatically go away and you don't have to make too much efforts. So this is another point, very important point that Prabhupada is making, that it's very hard to get rid of these sensory desires by your own effort. So you have to you have to attach yourself to Krishna to get rid of these. And then Prabhupada is saying, when you become servitor of the Supreme Lord, then you rise above the petty materialism. So you start to see the world as it is. You start to see the reality of the world, which is basically petty materialism. And so you remain away from that, and you remain always fixed in the happy in the natural position of serving the Supreme Lord. You realize that those petty materialistic things are like a never ending Pandora's box, which is not never going to satisfy you anyways, which is there is a lot of dangers involved in chasing those petty materialistic things, and no benefit at all. Whereas here there is eternal benefit and no danger at all, and it gives you deeper bliss. The width and the depth of the bliss, the satisfaction, bliss and satisfaction, both their width and depth is much more. It lasts longer and it is deeper also. So then you realize that this is not only eternal, this is no loss, no danger, plus it is actually saving me from the greatest dangers, not only in this life, but in my future also. Plus it is giving you much deeper, more profound happiness and satisfaction. So then you're without any deviation fixed up and becomes sthit pragya. So those couple points I wanted to share here. Let's read a couple more. This is also on similar lines. This is a memory verse, very important verse. Actually, many of these are memory verses in the concept of sthit pragya. Many verses are there. We won't take all of them to memorize, but at least 2-3 of those. Dukkheshvanudvigna mana, Dukkheshvanudvigna mana, Sukheshu vigatspriha,
Sukheshu vigatspriha,
Vitaraga bhaya krodha,
Vitaraga bhaya krodha,
Stitadhir muniruchyate.
Stithabhir muniruchyate.
Please read translation.
I will read, Mataji.
Yes.
Who is not disturbed in mind even amidst the threefold miseries, or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady mind.
Very bold. Let's look at the Sanskrit very quick. So first was to be free from sense desires caused by mental concoction. Okay. Now second symptom is dukkheshva. Dukkheshu means in, amidst miseries, amidst dukkha. Anudvigna mana. Man is not agitated. Anudvigna is not agitated. Mana is not agitated in dukkha. Sukheshu, amidst sukha, amidst happiness. Vigatspriha. Vigatspriha means very over-related, like very busting with pompous joy. Okay, Vigatspriha, very overactive, suddenly becoming very hyperactive amidst happiness. So in dukkha, who is not agitated, whose mind is not agitated, and whose mind does not become over elated, overjoyed in sukha. And then vita means free, the one who is free from rag, bhaya, and krodha. These three words are important. So rag means attachment, bhaya means fear, krodha means anger. So one who is free from attachment, fear, and anger. Sthita dhir munir uchyate. Before Krishna said sthita pragya tad uchyate. Sthit pragya ho ya sthit dhir ho, it's same thing. Basically, somebody whose mind or intelligence is steady. A person or sage of steady intelligence or steady mind. Sthita dhir munir uchyate. So such a person is called muni or sage of fixed intelligence. So whose mind is not agitated in sukha or dukkha, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger. Okay, so two qualities are given here. So let's this is the Sanskrit. Let's read. We can maybe skip the initial portion. Let's start from here. The Sthitadir Muni from here. Can somebody read this?
You can read, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The Sthitadhir Muni is always in Krishna consciousness, for he has exhausted all his business of creative speculation. He is called Prasanta Nihsesa Mano Rathatara, Stotra Ratna 43, or one who has surpassed the stage of mental speculations and has come to the conclusion that Lord Shri Krishna or Vasudeva is everything. Vasudeva Sharvam iti sa Mahatma su Durlabha. He is called a Muni fixed in mind. Such a fully Krishna conscious person is not at all disturbed by the onslaughts of the threefold miseries. For he accepts all miseries as the mercy of the Lord, thinking himself only worthy of more trouble due to his past misdeeds. And he sees that his miseries, by the grace of the Lord, are minimized to the lowest. Similarly, when he is happy, he gives credit to the Lord, thinking himself unworthy of the happiness. He realizes that it is due to the Lord's grace that he is in such a comfortable condition and able to render better service to the Lord. And for the service of the Lord, he is always daring and active and is not influenced by attachment or aversion. Attachment means accepting things for one's own sense gratification, and detachment is the absence of such sensual attachment. But the one fixed in Krishna consciousness has neither attachment nor detachment because his life is dedicated in the service of the Lord. Consequently, he is not at all angry even when his attempts are unsuccessful. Success or no success, a Krishna conscious person is always steady in his determination. Hari Bol.
Very bold. So very nice purport. So before this, where you read from, Prabhuji, Prabhupada is talking about ordinary Muni. So there are many kinds of, sages or spiritualists. So Prabhupada is saying that Munis or sages may typically engage in some kind of mental speculations, or they like to argue about Vedantic philosophies and come to different conclusions based on their understanding of the Vedanta. But ultimately, the Muni that will be fixed up in mind and intelligence will be a Krishna conscious person. So we are talking about that kind of Muni who has surpassed, who has gone through those initial stages of Vedantic arguments and debates, and is not interested in impersonalism, is not interested in these other conclusions given by various scholars and philosophers. He's not interested in those kind of philosophies. He has reached to this conclusion that Vasudev Sarvamiti, that we have to reach the supreme absolute truth, Lord Shri Krishna. That is our ultimate gati, ultimate destination or the goal. So he has gone through this initial study phase and he's now fixed up. This Muni, who is a Krishna, fully Krishna conscious person. So what is his behavior? Such a Sthit Dhir Muni, Dukh. So his first, his symptom is Dukkheshva Anudvignamana Sukheshu Vigatspriha. That when he is going through dukkha, please listen to this very carefully. So because this may happen to us anytime. When one is going through misery, what does a devotee think about? Okay. First of all, Krishna is saying he's not agitated, he's not disturbed in mind. Okay. So how does one do that? So a devotee, first of all, always remembers that this is just some of my sinful reactions that I'm getting back. Okay, this is just some reactions of my previous karmic actions that I'm getting back. This is my own reactions, my own karma's reactions that I'm getting back as dukkha. Okay, so he tolerates because of that. Number one. Number two, he is always connected to Krishna even during the hard times, even during difficult times. He does not blame the Supreme Lord. He does not say, कि आपने मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों किया, even though I'm your devotee. No, he maintains and actually escalates his connection with Krishna during difficult times. And he's actually very grateful to Krishna that maybe I was supposed to get much worse reactions and you have actually diminished those reactions. You have actually decreased the effect of the reactions that I deserved. I probably deserved much more harm, but you have actually diminished the harm that was coming my way because of your mercy. So he stays grateful to the Lord even during a difficult situation, and that is why he's able to tolerate. So these are some of the things that we have to learn in a difficult situation. We have to deliberately do these things, very, very actively, deliberately do these things in difficult situation. First of all, do not break connection with Supreme Lord. Actually, escalate your connection. For example, I was talking to someone yesterday, we were discussing this. Like, let's say you are going, you are crossing a road, you're in the middle of the road, okay? There are cars coming from both directions, there are dangers, okay? There is difficulty, you're in difficult situation. So at that is not the time when you should leave the hand of your parent and run amok on the road, right? Because you will get hit by the car. That is the time to very firmly hold the finger, hold the hand of your father, actually more firmly. And if possible, ask him to lift you in his lap. तो आप उनको ये बोलोगे ना कि मेरा हाथ जोर से पकड़ लो या फिर अपनी गोद में उठा लो. That is not the time when you will leave his hand. But what happens is a lot of people that are not in Krishna consciousness, that are not devotees or fixed up in divine consciousness, they will actually give up or break off their connection during difficulty and actually start blaming the Lord that you gave me all this difficulty even though I'm your devotee. That is not the mood of a devotee. The mood of a devotee is that I'm actually taking more intense shelter of Krishna during my difficulty because Krishna is my only shelter, my only savior, my only hope, if anything, right? Number one. Number two, he stays very grateful even in that situation, thinking that Krishna has probably minimized, not probably, Krishna has minimized the reactions that I deserved. I deserved maybe 10 times more harm, maybe 10 times more negativity or adversity was going to come my way, but only this much came, and that is because of Krishna's mercy. He has eradicated or diminished some of it. And thirdly, whatever is coming my way is of my own doing because I did some action. That is why this negative reaction is now coming my way. So I should tolerate in all these because of all these aspects. So this, and then of course, a devotee will also look for lessons in a difficult situation. What is a lesson? If Krishna is putting me in a particular situation, he's trying to purify, he wants me to purify some unwanted quality or unwanted anartha. So what is the lesson I should look for? So I'll also look for lesson or some growth, something good in that negativity, in that reversal. Okay. And actually use that situation to cultivate virtues, cultivate values, cultivate humility, even though you're going to a difficult situation. That is the mood of a devotee in dukkheshu. Okay, dukkheshu anudvigna mana. So mind should focus on these things, on the growth, on the lesson, on cultivating values and virtues and humility, and taking more intense shelter of the Lord, staying grateful to Him, and tolerating it as your desire, as your deserved karma, karmic reaction. So ek to Prabhupada is talking about this. Secondly, sukha. When sukha comes, that is also a difficult situation. I mean, people take it as very positive, but what happens in sukha, people become very over elated, overjoyed, and actually become very pompous. And so sometimes their bad qualities or bad anarthas become more prominent actually because they're going through a very good times. When people are going through good times, they may forget their relations, they may forget they may not be very grateful, they may become very proud, very arrogant. They may think that this good times was caused by me, that I'm the reason why I'm so rich right now, or so healthy right now, or so successful right now. And so all credit goes to me. So me, and that they become very over elated and puffed up and start lording it over other people, and thus maybe causing harm to others or neglecting others, or in various ways basically, and not giving credit to the Lord, not giving credit, not being grateful to the Lord or to the people that actually helped them. So actually, that when Prabhupada is saying, when a devotee is going through a good time, then actually he should stay very humble, that this is all mercy to the Lord, that he is keeping in this difficult world, in this world of duality, in this world of miseries, I'm going through a very comfortable situation. This is all thanks to the Lord. So he's very grateful, he's very humble. And a devotee also gives all credit to the Lord for this. Plus, he will increase his services, because this is the time when you are in a comfortable situation. Let's say your health is good, your money is good, your job is good, your family situation is good. social situation is good, whatever, then you increase, you escalate your services, because this is the time, because who knows when all these things will go away. Your body may not allow, your resources, your family, your circumstances may not allow. Whenever any time in this world negative circumstances can come. So when you're going through a comfortable circumstance in the material world, then use that to escalate, increase your contribution to the spiritual activities, to the services. So that is another way a devotee takes a sukheshu situation, the happy situation. And then the third is sorry, not the third. The second aspect is of a Sthitdhir Muni is that he is free from attachments, fear, and anger. Vitta, rag, bhaya, krodha. Vitta, rag, bhaya, krodha means he's free from rag. So this is the nature of this world. Again, we were discussing this. This is the nature of this material world, that it will cause unnecessary material attachments. It will give you fear. Material world has a tendency to give fear, cause fearful situations, and cause anger. Now, I wanted to understand this concept very clearly. The attachments, fear, and anger, these are all negative things, and they all happen when we use the things of this material world independent of the Lord. Okay, please hear this again. Whatever is given in this material world, whether it's people, whether it's resources, whether it's talent, skills, body, anything given in this material world, situations, circumstances, when we use them independent of the Lord, okay? Independent of the Lord means when we use them for our own sense gratification, for our personal enjoyment, Lord is not in the picture. When we don't use those things for His service, then they will cause attachment, fear, and anger. Okay, please, you know this concept very clearly. Whether it's a family member that you are trying to enjoy independent of the Lord, whether it's your job, whether it's your body, whether it's your good situation, whether it's your community, whether it's the country, whether it's your resources, your talents, skills, your home, your property, your furniture, whatever we try to enjoy for our personal sense gratification, separate from the Lord, independent of the Lord, without engaging it in the service of the Lord, will cause attachment. And when that attachment starts to go away, which it will in this material world, nothing is permanent, the attachment will be broken. When that attachment starts to go away, it will cause fear. There will always be fear, this will be taken away from me, because I was using it in my service. So it will go away. It can go away. This will cause fear. And it will cause, and when it does go away, it will cause anger. Okay, so fear, anger, attachments are the response of all ordinary people in this world who are using this world for their own enjoyment, independent of the Lord. That is why Astitadhir Muni knows, a person fixed up in divine consciousness knows not to use these things for his own sense gratification, for his own self enjoyment, personal enjoyment, because they will come back to kick him in the ass. So they will cause him harm in the long run. He will develop unnecessary attachment to them. This will cause fear. And when they start going away, he will feel very angry. So anger will happen. This is the understanding I wanted to convey. So this was second characteristic of, so first was to be free from sense desires that arise from mental concoction. Then verse 56 gave us two concepts: not be agitated in dukkha or sukha, and be free from attachment, fear, and anger. If you're okay, the next we can do a couple more because they're small. Can quickly go through them. Let's do next one, 57. Ya sarvatra nabhisnehas.
Ya
Sarvatra nabhisnehas. Tattat prapya shubha shubham. Tattat prapya shubha
Shubham
na bhinandanti na dveshti.
Na
Bhinandanti na
Dveshti
Tasya pragya pratishtita.
Tasya Pragya Pratishtita
Please read this. Can you read the whole thing?
I can read, Mataji.
Yes.
In the material world, one who is unaffected by whatever good or evil he may obtain, neither praising it nor despising it, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. Purport: there is always some upheaval in the material world which may be good or evil. One who is not agitated by such material upheavals, who is unaffected by good and evil, is to be understood to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one is in the material world, there is always the possibility of good and evil because this world is full of duality. One who is fixed in Krishna consciousness is not affected by good. Mataji, can you pull this? Good and evil because he is simply concerned with Krishna, who is all good, absolute. Such consciousness in Krishna situates one in a perfect transcendental position called technically samadhi. Hari Bol.
Very cool. So here Krishna is saying Yah Sarvatra. So now Krishna will say Tasya Pragya Pratishtita. Tasya Pragya Pratishtita means somebody who is situated in divine consciousness. So basically, sage of steady intelligence or sober person. What is his further characteristics? Sarvatra anabhisnehas. Anabhisneha means he's not very affected by, not affected by Shubha or Ashubh. Shubha, Ashubham. These two words are joined together. Shubha, Shubham means Shubh and Ashubh. So he may get in this world, prapya means prapt karna, like to get. So here in this world, you will get shubh and ashubh things, good and bad or good and evil situations. But Stitdir Muni, a pragya pratishtita Muni, will not get very much affected by shubh or ashubh. Na bhinandanti. Abhinandan karna meaning praise karna. He does not praise. Na dveshti, nor he envies. Okay, he does not envy or he does not despise this shubh or ashubh because he is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. Pragya pratishtita is firmly fixed up in knowledge. So he knows that it is the Prabhupada is saying this world has a lot of material upheavals. So this material world is also called world of duality. Duality को हिंदी में या संस्कृत में बोलते हैं द्वंद्व. द्वंद्व रहता है, like there is always ups and downs, there is always good and bad or good and evil, there is always negatives and positives, success and failure, health and disease, or wealth and poverty. Like that, there is always negative and positive. Situation is never just, zero. Basically, what people think is happiness is just absence of difficulty, absence of distress is considered happiness. So there is always upheavals, there is always waves and troughs, ups and downs going on, and that is natural in this world. Tasya pragya pratishtita means a person who is situated in fixed knowledge knows about it, about the nature of this world, that this is dvandva, ya duality ki dunya. Also, it is called world of relativity. You have all heard the term absolute truth, right? For Krishna, we say he's Param Satya. Prabhupada used this word so many times in this purport. He said, he is simply concerned with Krishna, who is all good absolute. So let me just engage our devotees here. What is your meaning? So absolute ka ulta hota hai relative. What do you think the world of relativity or relative means? जैसे Einstein की एक theory थी ना, theory of relativity. So what does relativity means? Why is Krishna absolute whereas this world, material world, is relative? क्या मतलब है इसका?
Means he is the supreme truth. He is the all truth. And there is no means like सत्य परम सत्य है वो.
हाँ. So yes, Mataji. So in this
And
world,
he
this
is
is
whole,
he's
total.
whole. He's complete. लेकिन कोई example दे सकते हैं? Let's see some to explain this. What is it? Like relative का बताइए. Absolute तो समझ आ गया. Okay, Krishna is absolute, complete, whole, supreme, topmost, infinite, unlimited. Relative
Shall
का
I
क्या
tell?
मतलब है?
So,
Yes, Prabhu.
in this world, we see nothing is constant. Everything is changing, whether be it our mood or be it any situation. Everything is going up and down. Nothing is constant. So, in that case, maybe Krishna is absolute. He's always
Hmm.
fixed up
Right, right.
with opulences and everything.
Right. Yeah. That is one understanding also. Yes, it's things are changing, temporary, very transient, very fickle. Nothing is everlasting. Also, I'll give you a hint. Okay, let's see.
Mataji, I
Somebody's
think
sharing.
like
Yes,
one
Mataji.
thing is just like it's like when the Krishna is all true, right? So here is all false. Nothing is
Hmm.
it's not like nothing is what we say is the word
Pure.
is false. Like means this is a dream kind of thing. The dream is
Hmm.
correct, right? Because we are dreaming, so we are thinking it is what actually we are, but we are not. It's just a dream. So it's a word is like that. We're thinking it is all true, but it's not.
Very nice. There is also another understanding. Yes. So this is a dreamlike state. Actually, let me show you something. I had this verse pulled up which I did not show yet. We were talking about mental concoction. Everything in this world is mentally concocted. So एक बहुत ही सुंदर verse आती है चैतन्य चरितामृत which says द्वैते भद्रा भद्रा ज्ञाना सब मनोधर्मा एई भला एई मंदा एई सब भ्रमा. So Dvaite means dvandva or duality. Duality is bhadra abhadra. To think that something is shubh or ashubh. Bhadra means shubh or pious. Abhadra means ashubh or inauspicious. Saba manodharma. This is all manodharma. This is all mentally concocted. Ei bhala, ei manda. Ye acha hai, ye bura hai. Ei sab brahma. This is all brahm. Okay, just like Mataji gave this example, in a dream, you may think somebody died. Okay, I dreamed that. But then actually nothing happened. Actually, the person has not died. It was just a dream. I may think that a lion is running after me and I may become very fearful. But actually, the lion cannot eat me. The real me is comfortably sleeping. Nobody can eat me because I'm just sleeping in my bed. But in my dream, my manodharma, this is my mental concoction. My mind is thinking that a lion is chasing me and I'm very fearful in my dream that lion is going to eat me. So, but when we wake up, we realize, oh no, I cannot be harmed. I'm not, there is no lion near me at all. So that is very nice understanding, Mataji. I was referring to something else. I'll come to it. But this is very important that this situation in the body is a dreamlike state where we think some harm can come to us, some shubh or ashubh can happen to us. But as we understand, nothing can happen to us because nayanam chindanti shastrani, nayanam dahati pavaka, na chainam kledyantyaapo, na shoshati maruta. So body ko kuch nahi ho sakta, sorry, soul ko kuch nahi ho sakta. So nothing shubh or ashubh actually happens in this world. It's all mentally concocted that something is auspicious or something is inauspicious. Matra sparshastu kantya. This is just because of sparsh. This is just because of sense perception that we are thinking something is auspicious or inauspicious. But actually, this is all concocted manodharma. So यही भ्रमा, यही मंदा, यही भला, यही मंदा, यही सब manodharma. This is brahma. This is illusion. Okay, just like the dream is an illusion, this is also illusion that something shubh or ashubh can happen. So a person who's firmly fixed in knowledge knows that nothing shubh or ashubh can. This is all just made up by this world. Somebody says poverty is a shubh. But we see poor people, that are they may actually be more comfortable. They may actually be more restful in their mind than some very rich people who are very envious and very agitated all the time and coming and engaged in all kind of corruptive schemes and whatnot, struggles and power tussles and whatnot. So and somebody maybe not very opulent outwardly, but maybe very his family is very, everything is very restful and very nice and pleasant situation. So this is manodharma, that by getting wealth I will become very happy or very, this is an auspicious situation, but actually that person is going through a lot. So like that, this is all shubh. Shubh is all manodharma. So this is very nice understanding, and both of you, Pooja Mataji and Rishank Prabhu, also mentioned this understanding that
And
actually, yes.
yes, sorry, Mataji, yes, I would like to say something, just that this material world is relative and Krishna is the absolute.
Huh.
This
Yes, we are,
material world, it's opposite. Krishna is the absolute truth, and this material world is all relative.
yeah. So we are trying to unpack this word relative का क्या मतलब है, द्वंद्व का या इसका क्या मतलब है. So another understanding is this also. In world of relativity means that, let's say something is good for me may not be good for you, may be bad for you. For example, I'll give you some example. For example, somebody has an accident, okay, and the police is involved, the lawyer is involved, okay. Now it's very bad for the persons who were involved in accident, but it may be good for the lawyer or the police because they had no business going on for several days, and now suddenly they have work to do, they have business, so they are back in demand. So the lawyer may be very happy because the business came his way, so for him that accident, that situation is very shubh, whereas for the person who was involved in accident, the situation is very ashubh. So this is relativity. So something that is good for someone may be very pious for someone, may be very inauspicious or impious for, or ashubh for someone, may be very bhala for someone, may be very manda for somebody else, like that. So this is also relativity. Then another understanding is also this. Take an example. I'm unhappy because I don't have a car. Okay. So then I look at somebody else and I see he is handicapped. So I think, okay, I don't have a car, but at least I can walk. Whereas this poor fellow, he cannot even walk, he's handicapped, right? So this is relative. This is a relative situation that I'm feeling I'm comfortable. Okay, I don't have a car, but at least I'm not handicapped. A person who may have a car may be envious of somebody else who has two cars. He may think, that person has two cars, I wish I also had two cars. Now this is all mentally concocted, right? So I can shift my mindset in any which way. I can feel good that I don't have a car, but at least I have two legs, healthy legs to walk on. Or I can twist my mind to think, I wish I had two cars like the other person. Then that person can think, I have two cars, but this person has two luxury cars. I wish I had two luxury cars. So he can also distort his mind, manodharma, mentally concocted idea. In this world, we can distort our mind any which way we want. So हम अपने मन में बना लेंगे, मन में धारा बना लेंगे. I wish I had two luxury cars. I'm so envious of him. I will not rest in peace until I also get two luxury cars. And the person with two luxury cars is competing with somebody who has two luxury cars plus two chauffeurs to drive it. So like that, there is relativity in this world. Somebody's somebody's very comfortable with something and somebody may not be comfortable with everything they have, right? So this is relativity, okay? So Astit Pragya Purush knows that it is all in the mind. So he's very fixed in his mind. His mind is very purified, very clean. He does not engage with this world of relativity, this duality. He knows that this is all just manodharma, all this illusion created by the mind. I do not need to fall in this trap, okay? Because I can get very distracted in this world if I start interacting unnecessarily with this world of duality. So all these understandings you all gave are perfectly correct. But this is what we mean by relativity, that everything is very much made up. There is really nothing shubh or ashubh. Ek ka shubh dusre ka shubh ho sakta hai. Or everything may be shubh, going shubh for us, but we may just decide that no, this is not shubh until I have that level of auspiciousness in my life. So then even what I have becomes ashubh because I'm not satisfied with what I have. So that can also be understood. Or like Mataji said, that everything in this world is very transient. Prabhuji also said very transient, very fickle. So it does not last really long. It is dreamlike state. It does not really affect the real self, the soul. All these things make this world a place of relativity, whereas Krishna is the absolute truth. So Prabhupada is saying, be fixed up in absolute truth. Don't be so Krishna, who is all good absolute, just be simply concerned with Krishna. Look at this beautiful statement. Because this person is simply concerned with Krishna, who is all good absolute. Such consciousness is a transcendental position called samadhi. So you can see that in world of relativity, we can get very, very disturbed by the mind, by the dualities, by distracted by good and evil, and we can start making up कि ये good है, ये evil है. Let me see how long the next one is. Okay, I'll just pause for today because if you have some questions, we can take those or any realizations. I could not get to 59. We'll memorize that next time. Any questions, realizations, take-home points?
Mataji, I want to just share one thing. Like, I have read Bhagavad Gita before, I think 1 or 2 times. But the thing is, like, when I'm reading with you, I feeling like now it's making more sense than what I read by myself. You know, it's like getting more points, like actually what the Krishna want to say. Like before that, I read, but not like got that kind of way when you explain and get like very single word thinking, you know. So it's making me think more and more, like what is actual my position and what should I do. Like in every chapter when we study with you and you tell, then we know that okay, we should supposed to be behaving like that way. Okay, that's like that kind of lessons. I just wanted to tell the overall thing what I'm like getting with these classes.
Thank you, Mataji. I'm also learning a lot from all of you and from reading it. Every time you read, you learn more. So thank you for giving the opportunity to read again with you all.
Thank you so much.
Okay, any questions or?
Mataji, I had a question.
Yes, Prabhu.
In one of the verse, we were discussing that whatever the thing that we do in material attachment independently from Krishna will cause attachment, fear, and anger, right? So we have so many attachments with so many people, and all of them are not, we cannot relate all of them to Krishna. So how do we handle those kind of attachments?
So Prabhuji, why can't we relate everyone to Krishna? Like, what?
I mean, there are some
Everybody's
there are some friends of mine who doesn't pray.
That's okay, but you know that they are part and parcel of Krishna, right? They're all jivas, they're all souls.
Yeah.
So, and you also know that they are put in your life by Krishna. Nothing happens by chance. So if you have come in contact with them, you have something to learn from them or something to teach them. They may be there for your growth, for your purification, for some emotional connection, for some purpose. They're there. So, and they're put there by Krishna. So that is your connection with them. Nobody is there by chance. There is nothing you cannot relate to Krishna. Everything is given by Krishna, first of all. So Krishna says later on in Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhuvo matta sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhav samanvita. So you have to know that Aham sarvasya prabhu, I'm the source of everything and everyone. Nobody is unrelated to him, disconnected with him. So they may not know their connection with Krishna. It doesn't matter that they don't know, but you know that they're connected to Krishna. And you know that they are put in your life by Krishna's arrangement only. This is Krishna's plan. It is not by chance. Nothing happens randomly in our life, but because of your previous actions, reactions, because of Krishna's personal plans for you, personal arrangement for you. Somehow or the other, these people, these resources, these skills, these facilities, this property, this city where you are, everything is in place because of a reason, and that reason is decided by Krishna. He's the cause of all causes. So that's your connection, Prabhuji. So just
I wanted to share one thing.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, Mataji, what you said about when there is a cars coming in all the directions, 2 directions, and then at that time the child is holding the hand of the parent. That's the time we should be holding the hand of the parent, not the running around or feeling disgusted. That's a very good example, Mataji. Thank you very much for sharing. I hope I remember that all the time.
Yeah, and to add to that, Mataji, I would like to say when you said that Krishna, you tightly hold the hand of Krishna, that's one thing. And if you pray or if you say that, please have me in your lap also. So, what does symbolically that relate to? That Krishna take me in your lap, what symbolically it refers to? Holding hand is one
Practically.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So practically, it basically means to take even more intensely the shelter of Krishna. So increase your connection with devotees. That is not the time to break off the connection with devotees. That is time to actually be more sincerely taking their guidance, be in touch with them, be reading the Shastra more diligently, see if Krishna's words will take away your mind's agitations and problems. Whatever sadhana practices you're doing, do them more sincerely. When you're chanting, actually chant more properly, more sincerely and seriously. So intensify all those activities when you are going through difficult times. It's like you're facing the danger.
No, Mataji, actually, when you said that Krishna will take you in your lap also, if you say, that
Huh?
if you say, so what does symbolically that means that Krishna, in spite of just being holded by your hand, he takes you in your lap symbolically. What does it refer to? You know,
Mataji, Krishna will take care of everything. Just
oh,
remember
okay.
that he will take, yeah, yeah,
He's taking more
yeah,
care and more protection. That does
yeah.
mean. Okay.
Mataji, have you heard of that famous poem? It's called Footprints in the Sand of Time, something like that, or
Uh,
Footprints.
Is it
It's
is it one of from the childhood, from our childhood,
yeah,
or
yeah.
okay, I
It
may not remember. Sorry,
so
Mataji.
I can pull it up. It says that I saw you were I saw 4 sets of footprints when I was walking in my good times. Then where did you? He complains to the Lord, where did you go when my dark time, when my difficult times came? I did not see your footprints. I just saw 2 sets of footprints. You left me when my difficulties came. So the Lord replies that I did not leave you. Actually, those are my footprints and I lifted you in my lap. See, ये मैं दिखा रही हूँ शायद इसमें. I don't know how to. So it says one night a man had a dream. He dreamed he was walking along the beach with the Lord. Across the sky flashed scenes from his life. For each scene, he noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand. One belonged to him and the other to the Lord. When the last scene of his life flashed before him, he looked back at the footprints in the sand. He noticed that many times along the path, there was only 1 set of footprints. He also noticed that it happened at the very lowest and saddest times in his life. This really bothered him, and he questioned the Lord about it. Lord, you said that once I decided to follow you, you will walk with me all the way. But I've noticed that during the most troublesome times in my life, there is only 1 set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you most, you would leave me. The Lord replied, my precious, precious child, I love you and I would never leave you. During your times of trial and suffering, when you see only 1 set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. So,
Okay.
so the more intensely we hold his hand, we take his shelter. We are his child. आप अपने बच्चे का सोच के देखो, उसको आपकी जरूरत हो. He's holding your hand. Wouldn't you lift him up in your lap? Wouldn't you
Sure,
embrace them or
Mataji.
somehow try to comfort
Sure,
them?
Mataji.
And
Sure,
we are not
Mataji.
even unlimited absolute like Lord. He has much more resources. He's the most powerful person. He knows what is best for us. So,
Right, Mataji. Thank you.
um, sorry, I wanted to circle back to Rishang Prabhu. Did that answer your question, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, that was very helpful. Thank you so much.
Anybody else? Any questions or realizations? Neelveni Mataji, Devansh Prabhu, Chetan Prabhu, we missed you yesterday. Neelveni Mataji also, we missed you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I too mistake.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so if no more.
Mataji, I wanted to say one more thing. Like
Yes.
you say, whatever the loss or fear or dukha we were getting, this this one thing is like we are getting from because of our previous deed what we did. So it is like a karma thing which is we are getting back. So it kind of, when we know that, it could be a motivation to do right thing in this birth. So if we have to take another birth, I hopefully not. So at least we did a good deed here, so we don't have to take all these bad karmas and suffer it again. So it's kind of a motivation not to do bad.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Once you come in this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, it's very hard to do anything negative. But also you start doing everything for Krishna. So
Yes, Mataji.
everything has become a karma without any reactions. And then still we have some tendencies, some unwanted qualities and tendencies that keep coming, that keep erupting like bubbles. So we just keep praying very sincerely. That's why we chant that please remove those anarthas also. Okay, thank you Mataji for sharing. Thank you everyone for joining. We'll stop for today. Mancha kalptarubhascha kripa sindhubhaivacha patitanam भावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय all glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories
Hare
all
Krishna.
glories all glories to Guru and Gauranga Hare Krishna Jai Shri Radhe Shyam